Aileen here, and it is Friday morning, and I am back. I am back after a pretty big break here in the group because there's been lots going on. So 3 weeks ago, I think I had a challenge. Then I had a week in Spain because my boys were off school, and then I had a week in Ireland, and I have been sick as well. I have been sick for a while, so it's been almost a month since I've been live here in the group. So I'm very, very excited to be back. And one of the things that happened while I was gone is that it's gotten much harder to stream into Facebook. So I'm actually using the live dashboard from what's the name of this, Facebook, this morning. So you'll have to bear with me because I'm not actually used to it. I'm used to streaming in using StreamYard, so I'm not even sure how this all works. If you're joining me live here this morning, say good morning and let me know where you are live from. Because I always love to know who is here with me. Say good morning. Actually, I can see a lot more live here on the live dashboard in Facebook. So I can see your comments. I can see who is commenting. So don't be shy and comment. If you're watching this on replay, hashtag replay. I did join a little bit earlier, a minute or two earlier this morning because I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to work this or not. So say good morning to me, say hi. I'm still a little bit under the weather. I think I got a chest infection while I was in Ireland, so I've been slowly recovering from that and kind of getting my health back. Great to see you, Nettie. Great to see you, Jan. Yeah, it's been a while since I've been in here and I'm excited to be back, to be honest. I love turning up here every week and having a chat with you guys. And I do like to keep these lives on a Friday morning fairly informal. And I'm going to be encouraging you as far as possible to interact with me. And this morning I'm going to be talking about continuity or membership. Hey Debbie, brilliant to see you. I'm going to be the title of my talk this morning is Stop Leaving Money on the Table, the Continuity Program Blueprint. So first of all, does everybody know what continuity is? Continuity is just a fancy name for a membership. And I did have a membership in the past and I stopped because maybe I found that, I wasn't getting the kind of results that I wanted with the people in there. And then I restarted a membership in the last couple of months. And I'm totally sold on memberships now, and I want to talk to you why I think adding, continuity or membership to your business will really take a lot of the heartache and pain out of having consistent income. And I don't know about you, but I like the idea of having consistent income without having to stress all the time about promoting myself, about putting myself out there. Of course, you still have to promote yourself and put yourself out there, but having a continuity-based program does make it easier to get that consistent income every month, even on the months when you're not feeling so well, even in the months when you've been sick. I have been so glad over the last month really that I do have a continuity program and I have consistent income coming in every month. So the first thing I'm going to try here this morning is I'm going to try to do a little poll, because this is something you can do on the Facebook Live dashboard. So I created a little poll before I started and now I'm going to activate the poll. So I'm not sure exactly where you're going to see this poll. Hopefully it'll come up on your screen somewhere or in the comments or somewhere. And I want you to vote and let me know, for those who are live here with me, do you already have a membership? Let me know. Vote yes, no, or I plan on having one. Okay, so we have a vote. So it's obviously working. I don't know where you're seeing it. Are you seeing it on the screen? Or are you seeing it in the comments? I don't really know. You see, that's the thing about trying these new things. So I'm a complete virgin to Facebook Live. I've always used StreamYard. But I'm really actually enjoying this Facebook Live dashboard because I can see your comments, I can see what's happening with the poll, and I'm really actually enjoying it. So I can probably interact with you more using these little tools that are available to me. So somebody said, I am planning to have one, and somebody else said no, that they don't have a membership. So Jan is saying it's where your video is over the screen. Okay, so it's live on my on the screen, which is brilliant. So I'm just going to leave that there for the duration of the live, so you guys can vote as soon as you join, and you can also ask questions. Ask me questions, because I think that's really, really important. So what is continuity or a membership? Continuity or a membership is a program where you typically have some kind of drip on your program where, you know, people do not get all the content of the program at the same time. People pay typically per month, maybe by week, but typically per month, to have access to this program and to this membership. Now, the key thing I think about membership that makes it work really well is community. It's really, really important to build a community around your membership so that people in there feel like they're supported and that they're not on their own. And the other really important thing is that, you know, you chevy people along from step to step to step. So what I'm going to be talking about this morning is, you know, why I think memberships are so important. And I'm going to give you an example of a new coaching client that I started working with yesterday, who I am going to be showing her how to create a membership step by step. And it's really putting the fundamentals in place first of all. So I can see some comments coming in there, which is brilliant. So Nettie, there are 3 lines to the left of the comment box. Press them and the poll pops up. There you go. So there's 3 lines to the left of the comment box, and you can press them and then your poll pops up. So you can go in there and poll on whether you already have a membership or not. So get in there and let me know whether you have a membership or not. Okay, so yesterday I had a new client join, a new one-on-one coaching client. I don't take a lot of one-on-one coaching clients, but from time to time I do take a one-on-one coaching client. And oftentimes I am coaching them in the exact same things as I do in my group programs. And this new coaching client that has joined me, I'll be taking her through really the Stylepreneur Accelerator program from step 1 to step 5. I'm just doing with her one-on-one, so it's obviously more expensive if you work with me one-on-one, whereas in my Stylepreneur Accelerator program, you can join that program for $97 a month, and you get to do these 5 steps with me in a group environment, and I'm live every week, I'm helping you every week, I'm taking you through step 1 to step 5. Now, this coaching client, when she came to me, first of all, I know her for almost 15 years. So I know her a very long time, indicating the importance of relationships. She already has a business. She has quite a successful business. But what she found was that she kept getting burnt out. So she kind of has a model of a business where she does a challenge. She gets people into like a 6 months coaching program, and then she has to start all over again and get more clients in after 6 months. So she found that she kept burning out, or, you know, she would be all gung-ho for, you know, the couple of months before the challenge, and after the challenge she would get people in, she would run her 6 months program, and then during that time she's getting no clients, and then she has to start from zero all over again at the end of the 6 months. So this is exhausting, and to me it's you're getting business and it's great, and there's no reason why you can't run that alongside some kind of continuity program. But it's kind of exhausting. And I think what ended up happening to her, and what happens to a lot of entrepreneurs that have that kind of business model, is they just disappear. They disappear for months at a time, sometimes half a year, sometimes a year, sometimes a couple of years, because they just end up getting so exhausted from, first of all, promoting like really, really hard for a couple of months, getting people in, coaching them, and then at the end of it having to start all over again. So one of the first things that I also talked to her, because I actually follow her on social media and I know her quite well, was that her ideal client didn't seem to resonate with her. So that was the first thing we talked about, because basically her ideal client is somebody that she picked. So she just picked this random menopausal woman that was going to be her ideal client. But one of the things I noticed when I watched her content is that, some of the content just really didn't resonate with me as a menopausal woman myself. I'm not menopausal, I'm perimenopausal. But like, she didn't seem to have the in-depth knowledge about the symptoms or what was available to help people, or, she wasn't really talking about her own stories around menopause. So one of the first things I identified with her is that her ideal client wasn't really dialed in. She was trying to appeal to someone who really didn't, light her fire, or she didn't have a lot of knowledge about. So it's almost impossible to create content on social media and keep putting yourself out there if you don't resonate with your ideal client. So that was the first thing we started working with on yesterday, is her ideal client. So that is step one of my continuity program. I help people to dial in their ideal client, because that is the foundational step in any in any program that I work with people. So it's really, really important to make sure that, whatever you're creating, whether it's, a one-off program or a continuity program, you have to make sure that your ideal client is actually dialed in, whatever you create for them. Now, the reason that my continuity program works so well is because I have a success path. And that was the mistake that I made in my first membership. I didn't have a success path. So you're probably wondering, what's a success path? A success path is where you take your ideal client from point A to point B. So my point A for a personal stylist is, a personal stylist who's struggling to have consistent income in her business. So she's getting the odd client here and there, but she doesn't have the consistent, 3 to 5K months that she wants. So step 5, once they go through the 5 steps in my program, when they get to step 5 or after step 5, they should be able to have consistent 3 to 5K income in their businesses. And that's my success path. Struggling to consistent 3 to 5K months. Now, many of the memberships that I see out there are just a mishmash of content. They're not helping people go from A to B. Now, of course, before you can create A to B, you need to know your ideal client really, really well. You need to know the problem you're solving for your ideal client. You're not just putting a mishmash of content into a space and then telling your client to go in there and just follow this content. You need a success path. Is that making sense for you? The idea of a success path where you take your client from A to B. So that's step 1 in my program. Number 2 in my program of my success path is calling in your tribe. Now, all of these steps in my success path, they get my clients to consistent 3 to 5K months, but they also build to the 6-figure income that many of my personal stylists eventually want. So, when I started training personal stylists first, I trained them in color, I trained them in style, and then I had this 6-figure stylist program. But what I found is that a lot of the stylists came into my 6-figure stylist group and they didn't have the basic steps in place, step 1 to 5 that I now cover in my Stylepreneur Accelerator. they didn't have the consistent 3 to 5k months before they start trying to build a 6-figure business. So, you know, those steps 1 to 5 are the key things that you need to have in place before you start trying to scale your business. So these 5 steps they'll build the base for a membership, they'll build the basis for 3 to 5k months, they'll build the basis for, you know, 6-figure income. So my continuity program is very clear in what it's providing. It's providing that those fundamental steps that you need to get your consistent 3 to 5k months, and you work along with me month by month. So we started with step 1, which was the foundation step, which is to dial in your ideal client. The next step I take them through is calling in their tribe. So how do they get to this ideal client? How do they start getting this ideal client to notice them and get them into their world? So step 1 is, you know, get them into your group, get them on your mailing list. How do you get these people into your world? Now, step 3 in the continuity program is the nurture step. Now, the nurture step is really, really important, and most personal stylists completely skip this step. They think that, you know, once I have these people into my world, I can sell to them. But generally speaking, most people don't just buy when they get to know you, or when they come into your world. They need to get to know you, they need to get to like you, they need to get to trust you, they need to understand that what you're providing is going to help them. So you have to educate and entertain and bring your perfect client along with you once you get them into your world. And that's where the nurturing step comes in. And as I said, this new coaching client that joined with me yesterday, she doesn't have this step. So every time that she goes out there and starts to promote herself, she's starting from 0. So from the first time that your client comes on board, they don't know you at all to they're ready to buy from you. And that is there is a series of steps that they need to go through before that happens. So that nurture step is really, really key in getting your clients to the point where they are ready to invest their hard-earned money with you. Then the next step in my program, step 4, is sales on demand. So every now and again, you know, we want an injection into our business, or we want more members in our membership, for instance. So that sales on demand step is really important. How can I go out there right now to my warm audience or to a cool audience and get those people to actually just join my program? And the final step in my continuity program is step 5, which is clients on repeat. How do I keep those clients on repeat, coming back over and over and over again? Because that's really, really important, so that you don't end up getting burnt out like my client gets burnt out. So I'm looking at the poll again here now to see how people are doing in terms of continuity. Nobody has a membership so far. Now only 4 people have polled so far, so I'm encouraging you to go in there and to poll if you haven't already. Let me know. I can't see who's doing the poll, so don't worry, I don't know who it is. I just have numbers here. But so far nobody's saying that they don't have a membership. So I guess my next question that I have for you is, what is stopping you from having a membership? What puts you off having a membership? I would love to know. Now, there is a way here that I can actually ask a question. I just have to figure out where it is. So questions, let me see if I can ask the question here. Add a question. Okay, let me see. What will I add? Okay, let's see. What's stopping you creating a membership? What is stopping you? I'd love to know. So I'm going to try save and publish that. And let's see what's going on there with you guys. Why haven't you set up a membership yet? Is it something that scares you? There's definitely, you know, a commitment involved in running a membership for sure. You know, I have to turn up every week live because I do live coaching in the group every week. So I'm either teaching a masterclass or I'm helping people get through the steps in the program. So there is a commitment, but it's just that hour or whatever that I'm coaching that the commitment is. You know, I have already, I know my content really, really well. So oftentimes that's going in week by week. So it's really that hour of coaching and helping the clients through the stages so that, you know, they get the results at the end of the 5 steps. And community, you know, the stylists in there get to talk to each other, they get to, ask questions, they get to talk about how their situation is slightly different, because everybody's situation is slightly different. We talk about pricing, we talk about, because money is a big thing for a lot of personal stylists. A lot of stylists kind of say, well, I don't think my ideal client will, you know, pay the money. So oftentimes there's mindset work that needs to happen inside the membership as well, because oftentimes it's nothing to do with your ideal client and it's all to do with your own money blocks, your own fear around people won't pay, you know, so you're charging really less, so then you're attracting the wrong type of client. So oftentimes, you know, we talk about pricing in there as well. And what will work for your ideal client. So I am not seeing anybody answering the question. Let me know in the comments. I don't know if you can see the question. Can you see the question? Can you see the question? Oh, do you already have a membership continuity? So right now we have one person who has a membership. Excellent. So we have one person who has a membership. So I'd love to know from that person, you know, is it going well for you? What are you struggling around the membership? What part do you think that you could do with help with? I'd love to know, because I'm quite happy to give my opinion here. Jan is saying, I'm still in the early stages of setting up my business, increasing visibility. My plan is to get a membership up and running within the next 6 months. Yeah. So again, Jan, I think that's a great plan. It's definitely something that I would add to an existing business model. It doesn't mean that you can't run the individual consultations or you can't have a program running alongside it. But I think the idea of a membership is that, you know, your community in there feel very well supported. You're building relationships. You're getting them results, and it's very different from, you know, giving people a program where everything is in there and they're left to their own devices to try and figure things out. So I think, you know, a member, and then the other thing is, you know, within the membership, oftentimes people, you know, they build relationships with each other and they're your best referrals. Honestly, they're absolutely your best referrals because you spend a lot of time with each other, you know, and they feel supported and not on their own all the time in a membership. So just to let you know, for my Stylipreneur Accelerator, I do have a 2-week trial where you can trial it for free. So if that is something, if you're trying to build a membership, if you're trying to figure out who your ideal client is, if you're trying to figure out how can I have more continuity in my business, how can I reach consistent 3 to 5k months in my styling business, I do encourage you to go in there and do a trial of the program. You will get 2 weeks, you will get access to the community for 2 weeks. So it's a good opportunity for you to go in there and trial it and see how it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and see if I can find a link to this program. I should of course have done this before I came on live, but with all the excitement of trying out Facebook Producer for the first time, I didn't do that. So now I need to go in there and get the link for you. And then from there, you guys can go in and see that there's an incredible free gift. So you get a free. I'm just really recovering from this illness, so you can probably still hear that I'm a little bit wheezy because my chest is still whistling a little bit. I'm not sure. I'm trying to avoid antibiotics, so I'm really hoping that I don't have to go and get antibiotics for it. So I've been taking it really easily, really easy. Okay, I'm putting the link in there now, where you can go in and you can check out the offer that I'm making on my Stylepreneur Accelerator program. It is a fantastic way to learn how to do a continuity program as well, because you can see how I run my continuity program, how I run my community, and how I do things to make sure that people keep coming back over and over again, so people get results. They get results. Now, in terms of mistakes around memberships, I think the number one thing that I repeated already is that you absolutely have to know who your ideal client is, and you have to know what problem you're solving for them. And then you create a series of steps within your membership that will take them from A to B. Do not create a hodgepodge of things in there where people cannot clearly see what they're going to get out of the membership or the continuity, because they'll just leave. And then you're doing all this work and people leave. Like, people do not leave my continuity, and I'm very proud of that, because once they're in, they can see the value and they can see the needle moving every week. They can see, oh, I'm progressing. You know, I have this thing in my business now that I didn't have before, and I'm moving toward that continuous income that I really, really want. So, you know, I'm giving you some key tips in there this morning in terms of setting up a membership. If you are looking to set up a continuity or membership program, I highly recommend my Stylepreneur Accelerator. Go in there, give it a trial for 2 weeks. You're not going to be charged anything if you leave within 2 weeks, but it is $97 a month after that. So I'm totally transparent. It's the best money you'll ever spend. If you were doing this with me one-on-one, it would be thousands and thousands of dollars more. So it is a great opportunity to go in there and learn the 5 steps that you need to have in place for consistent 3 to 5K a month and eventually 6-figure income. And I think I'm nearly coming to the end of my live this week, unless somebody has any questions. Does anybody have any questions? So there's another vote coming in there right now in terms of only one person has a membership. Most people don't have a membership of those who have voted. If you're watching this on replay, #replay. If you are wondering if the Stylepreneur Accelerator is for you, you can also drop me a message. I'm very happy to talk to you about it. And get in there and let me know. Okay, the question is here, but I can't see how I can see the answer to the question. Give me just 1 minute here. Recent polls, post details, alerts. I can't see how I can see the answer to the question. Let me see. Okay, what's stopping you from creating a membership? I don't see anything. I don't think anybody has responded. Can somebody go in there and answer the question so I can see how this feature works? Okay, so that is my live training for this morning. It was really to get you thinking, is it a good idea for me to add continuity to my business model? And if I did add continuity to my business model, do I know my ideal client? Do I know the problem I'm solving for her? And do I have a clear path to take her from A to B? Now, bear in mind that membership is a group. It's a group program. So whatever you're teaching in there has to be, be able to be taught within a group. So if you aren't online already, I highly recommend that's the first step in terms of getting your color analysis services online, getting your styling services online. And once you have those online, you can go ahead and do a membership. Okay, thank you everyone for bearing with me over the last 4 weeks. I am definitely back now. I'm definitely going to be doing live training here every week in the group. I would love your feedback on what you want to learn about. So #replay and let me know, what is it you would like me to talk about? We're going into pretty much nearly the second quarter of 2024, and I want to make this group as relevant as possible for you all. So get in there and make this group work for you, and let me know if you have any questions. Thank you, everyone, and have a wonderful, wonderful weekend ahead. I'll just check one more time that there is no comments in here. Oh, Nitty responded, and so did Jan. Okay, I actually don't know where the answers are, but I'm sure I will find out some afterwards, maybe, what is going on with that question. Thank you, everyone, and for you to see, you know, that I'm not that tech savvy. I'm just like you guys. Yeah, you guys are telling me that you answered in the question box. I just don't know where I would actually see the answer to these questions, but maybe when I end the video I will see the answers. And I appreciate you interacting with me. I appreciate you taking the time to answer the question, and I will catch you guys all next week. All going well. Take care, everyone, and have a wonderful, wonderful weekend ahead.